Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have this sixth sense, this special ability to identify virtually any coin you ask them for an ID on? So have I. It's amazing because they could be bent, rubbed, clipped, damaged, illegible, and they still know what it is. Stick with me because I'm going to show you exactly how they do it.
Stephen is the man with the hat and the metal detector.
Every now and again I'll get a friend who will say to me on a message, "Hey, what's this? I've got this really good coin." I said, "Have you?" "Well, I can't see anything on it." I said, "Yeah, it's great. Tell me what it is." So I can't tell you what it is. It's probably been in the ground 200, 300, 400 years. This one probably 1,000 years. I can't see anything. But I know somebody who can. The very first thing you need to do is to understand the simplest piece of all. Which is the head, which is the tails. And in numismatist terms, that's called obverse and reverse, heads and tails. Once you've got that, this next bit starts to make some sense. Some of the diagrams I'm now going to show you may contain some of these references, in which case you can just come back and quickly read what it means. Okay, let's get going. The basic layout of a medieval coin is shown in this diagram, though it must be mentioned that the layout differs on some coins. For example, the initial mark is sometimes on the reverse rather than the obverse. But for the purpose of this diagram, you can see which is obverse, reverse, and where the initial mark is, just above the king's head. The lettering on some types of coins can be very difficult to read to the untrained eye, especially when the coin is clipped or worn by digging in the ground and freshly dug up. On most coins, the legend will be on the obverse at 12 o'clock after the initial mark, and starts with the ruler's name followed by their title. So let's take this diagram and divide into 4 different sections. You can see that it reads after the initial mark EDW, and then another space R, another space ANGL, another space DNS, followed by lowercase h and then a YB. And on the reverse, Civi, CIVI TAS LONDON, minted in London. Now when you get a bit more practice at breaking down the legend and understanding how they're written and in what order, you'll be able to put it together and you'll be able to look it up in a book. That's what we all do to start with, we look them up. But the whole idea is just breaking it down into sections and then being able to read it, interpret it, translate it. And this on the obverse translates as Edward, the King of England and Ireland. You can see on the reverse it's minted in London, LONDON, and that's one of the easier ones. It does get harder though. Take a look at this one. Now this is an example of a Henry III class 5A3 voided long cross penny. It's minted by Nicholas in London, dating 1251 to 53, and the obverse legend, the head side, actually starts at 10 o'clock, just after the head of the sceptre, not 12 o'clock as in the other case. You can see it's HENRI CVS REX 111, and the reverse legend reads Nicole ONLVND. That's the Munya mark for Nicholas. Now it will be noticed that on some of the letters they are ligated, that means joined together, such as the N and the R in Henrik CVS, on the O and the N in on, and the N and the D in LVND. Ligated letters are quite common on coins of Henry III and earlier, but once you understand this, and you've been told once, there's a chance you'll remember this next time you find one. Getting the hang of this, aren't you? So let me give you a slightly more difficult one. This is the Henry VI annular issue Grote, and it's London Mint, dated 1422 to 1427. Now on the reverse you can see there's a legend within a legend, and within the inner legend there are 4 quadrants with the pips, and in 2 opposing quadrants you've got a little circle in the middle of the 3 pellets, and that is what's indicating that it's an annulet issue. And sometimes you'll find coins with them under the hairline on the bust side as well. But look closely, there's something we've already discussed there on that reverse. The legend within the legend, you can make out already that CIVTASLONDON. So you would have known that that was a London mint without even being told. So you're getting there, you remember this already from the last one. Now what is interesting is the outer legend, which read, if you can make out the letters, POSVIDVEM ADIVTOREMEUM. Can you make those out? If you try, you can, and it translates as, I have made God my helper. Now this legend continues to be used in various spellings right up to the end of the Tudor period. So you'll obviously know that you've got something from this period if you see that lettering, whether it be a single legend or a legend within a legend. So that's the basics of learning to read and translate a hammered coin from the medieval period. Now, there are coins that go back way before the medieval period, and I suggest you keep on practicing. If you go into the video description, I'll put a link in there where you can download a PDF guide, and it'll give you all the classifications of coins all the way through the Middle Ages right back to Norman, Viking, to help you identify your coins and take you through in more depth what I've taken you through today. Now what I would like to know from you is, at what level of expertise are you at identifying coins? Please let me know. Please leave a comment telling me if you're a beginner, you wish you could know more, has the video helped, are you pretty good in certain areas? If so, what area are you best at? For example, I like the Tudor period. I can identify a Tudor period coin instantly because of the Tudor shield on the back. So that gives me a date range to start identifying from. So let me know, and thanks for being with me. And if you liked the video, please put a thumbs up. And if you really want to, so you don't miss anything else, you can subscribe and click the bell too. And until next time, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. To help you identify any Roman or hammered coins, please see these posters I have for sale and my own designed t-shirts. Also my coin hat key rings, and of course my finger rings made from silver coins I've dug up myself or have been donated to me. Please see my Etsy store for more information.